Hello, beautiful mama, and welcome to episode 6 of the Abundant Mother podcast. I'm your host, Alexa Oliveri, and as always, it is so lovely to have you here in this space. Today, you are going to learn about why you are scared to dream big. Why are you scared to dream big? I know, what a huge question to ask, but I am going to tell you this. You have been trained not to. So there you go. It's not your fault. End of episode. Over. That's all you need to hear. No, I'm kidding. But really, seriously, can you find a little bit of like a shoulder drop in what I just said? That you have been trained not to dream big. And that's why you feel like, oh my gosh, like I can't even get myself. Like when someone says, what's my dream life? I'm like, my brain starts to fritz, right? Or you're like, like I kind of know what it is that I want, but like I can't even articulate that. Or what would I even put on a dream board right now? My life is so inundated with soccer clubs and practices and buying those diapers again and nursing and cleaning bottles and packing lunches that I'm like, what? Like, what do you even mean, Alexa, dream big? But I know because you are a woman and inside of you is this innate wisdom and this femininity that wants to dream and wants to have the best life that she possibly can. So what we're going to do in just a short amount of time is to let go of the societal expectations that have been placed on you. We are truly going to kind of extrapolate why it's so hard for you to have this dream and dream it in clarity. Because in order for us to get anywhere in life, clarity is key, okay? And it's no wonder why the clarity is not coming through because again, you have been trained not to. So I'm going to give you a really quick, just like over the top aerial's view on this. Ever since you were in school, you have been trained to use and think with your brain and your mind, okay? Actually, eons of time before you even showed up to school, it's been ingrained in your cellular system and your DNA. And that is why when we were hunters and gatherers, we literally had to say, oop, I hear an animal out there, fear. Can't go out there. I have to think what's the smartest path for me to take. Maybe I should retreat. Maybe I should stay inside. So before you even arrived at the schooling, that is innately as animals what has been ingrained into our flesh, okay? And then all of a sudden you show up in school. And if you went through a public school or a more traditional school, I would say, everything is based on standardized testing. Everything is based on here's the curriculum, this is what needs to be delivered, take this test, you get this grade, and this is what the teacher reviews you on, right? That's your grading score. Then you bring that home, you take that to your parents. They've grown up their whole lives this way, right? As a system, right? Okay, this is what it means to be successful. This is what it means to hit middle class. This is what you have to do. This is the amount of money I have to earn. This is what I need to do to provide for my family. Now my kid comes home. They showed me this grade. Yes, you are worthy. No, you are not, right? And then after we're done with our schooling and we get the certification that we graduated and the degree, we move on to the working world. And the working world has us either yearly, quarterly, sit with our bosses, and our bosses are there to give us a review using solely our logic and our mind, okay? This is what you delivered. This is where you exceeded the sales goal. This is where you did not. This was a rating system on how well you managed people. How could you even rate that, right? It's such a like authentic one-on-one type of connection. It's impossible to rate that using an Excel sheet, right? But then again, our systems and our matrix have created to be that now this is a thing. So again, I'm just telling you, it is not your fault. It is not your fault that you are not able to dream big because the system has been created for you to be and stay inside of your mind, okay? But you are here in this space to let go of some of that. to let go of that training, to let go of what's been generationally been passed down and down and down and down. And the reason why I know, and you've heard me say this before, the reason why I know you are destined to do something different is because you are tuned into this. This is a unique message. This message is meant for you no matter when you're listening to this. You've heard me say that again, but I just cannot get over the fact that we take these things lightly, that there are 7 billion plus people on the planet and hundreds, thousands of podcasts to listen to, hundreds and thousands of different things that we can immerse ourselves in the day, but you are listening to this right here and now. That is the most important thing. That is something to be putting on a platform. That is something that's a screaming yes sign. This is meant for you. So I know that this is meant for you because you're hearing these words, you're tuning in. This is a vibration, this is a frequency. Just as back in the day before Spotify and all of these things, we would go into our car and we would set it to 99.9, 100.3, right? All of these other radio stations, all of these other energy frequencies are out there, but you have to tune your tuner into that one station in order to hear what it is that they're putting out. So that is what's happening right here and now. You are tuning your frequency, your personal car radio to this frequency. Hey, 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 nice to see you. So that is why I know it is in your DNA to drop down from the head space and go into the heart space. And I notice how I said not get rid of your mind. No, the mind is a beautiful thing. But what we have to do is integrate it down into the heart. And we are in this coming of age, if you will, where we're waking up. We're waking up to these things. We're waking up to the fact that, ooh, that doesn't work for us anymore. Or, wow, what did this show us as a society? What has this brought to light? So tapping into your heart is where you will be able to find that dream and where you will be able to bring that clarity in. But there's some work that we need to do in order to clear the very deep layers of stuckness that there is for you to actually be able to sit and feel comfortable and confident in that space. And the first thing is to throw out this idea of like woo-woo, right? Like, oh my gosh, this is not for me. This is woo-woo. This is spiritual talk. Like, I need the practical steps to get there. Well, this is all a part of your program that's speaking to you right now. That's like, oh, this is too much for me. I can't drop into my heart space. What is self-care? What is love? What does that even mean, right? It's you. You know what just came through for me to say, and I don't mean to say it as bluntly as this is going to sound, but it is you as this mother, as this feminine goddess abandoning yourself. It's your fear saying, I cannot be in that space. It's too vulnerable for me. So the first step in tapping into the heart is to be vulnerable, right? We're trained in conversations with motherhood about what things that we do say, what things that we don't say. It's okay to talk about that cool new stroller. It's okay to talk about that new device that we put on our kid's foot, or, what we do when we bring them to the fireworks to make sure that they're safe, or, what clothing company is the best. All that stuff, yeah, fine, cool, great for surface level. But what about in the middle of the night when you feel alone? I don't know. I can't really bring that up at the motherhood coffee after daycare drop off, right? What about how your relationship may have changed, not only with yourself, but with your partner, right? What about the lack of alone time that you have? Touchy subject, don't really want to go there, can't bring it up, right? So this is about that, is leaning into your vulnerability, because vulnerability is true strength. I think oftentimes we're taught that strength is like keeping this stoic face, not crying, and holding it all together, putting on some makeup and that great outfit and walking out like everything is okay. That is a facade. That is not authentic and true. And in today's day and age, authenticity and truthfulness is 100% truth and needed. I'll give you another example of something that's happening in real life. So there was a pop singer that was super popular in the early 2000s. And my daughter is obsessed with her music from those times. And we listen to it a lot. And over the last few years, she became a mother. And she recently released an album, and it totally flopped. not only did it flop, but it's been raising attention on social media about how horrible it is, how terrible it is. And people are just not resonating with it. And because of the fact that my daughter has this obsession with her from the yesteryear, she doesn't know all of the current life events that are happening or any of that. She just knows a good tune. She just likes to bop out. My husband and I have been talking about this openly because it's something that's prevalent in our household right now. And what I see in this album flop and this social media outrage of this person is the fact that this now mother wants to put on a facade into the world that her body is the best and strongest it is. She's still sexy. She doesn't have this, bedtime mandate to uphold to. It's this allure. It's this magazine cover, right? And what society has showed us in the flopping of this album is that ain't it anymore. We know your life has changed. We know you've emerged as this beautiful mother. Think about the album that would come through when she was singing about the love between her partnership and her family and her child. That would be so much more authentic and heartfelt to the world than coming up and being like, oh, didn't exist. I'm not a mom. Here I am. Look at this outfit. Listen to these provocative lyrics. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with provocative lyrics. I'm just saying if it's not authentic, it comes through in loudness. Like it is felt, it is known, it does not resonate, it is not a hit. And I am saying this to you as an example of where vulnerability is true strength. Abs are awesome, but to walk out and be like, 6-pack abs, tan skin, just birthed a baby 12 months ago. It's like, ooh, we're not really dropping into the vulnerability. We're not really dropping into the beauty and the love of all of this. And so the true strength is being vulnerable and saying, wow, I really need a date night out. Asking your friend, do you mind watching my kids? We can do a swap. And then next week, you could watch mine. I could watch yours. Like I need a date night with my husband. It's necessary. It's mandatory. And then all of a sudden, like your heart starts to open up a little bit and you're able to connect with another mom from this like juicy, authentic, heartfelt space. And that is where the true beauty lies. That is where the wisdom comes from, okay? So if you gain anything from this time, it's about rewiring and rewilding yourself. So again, in the Abundant Moms course that is out now, live, doors are open, we're ready to welcome you and hug you and hold you. There is an entire module from a therapist that talks about the rewilding process as a mother and as a woman, and how there is this neurological state that we all find ourselves in now where we're inundated, and she calls this a pandemic, and how we can shake ourselves from this, and how we can rewild ourselves on the cellular level to change course and create anew. And that is what you are destined to do. Okay, so we are literally in this together. I cannot state that enough. When you are alone at night and you're thinking, oh my gosh, like I'm by myself, it's dark, like I have these worries where I have to rock the baby, know that there is a mother down the street, in the same town, in the town next to you, in the city, across the globe, that is rocking their babies at the same time and feeling those same feelings. Okay, so know that our real point of connectivity is through this state of vulnerability. And that is the way of the feminine, and that is how we will change the matrix. And it starts with me, it starts with you, and it starts with speaking that truth. We are here to support you. The Abundant Moms course is here to help you do this and so many other things so that you can inevitably birth yourself as the woman that you are, the mother that you are. We often talk about the birth stories of our children, but what about the birth story of you as a mother? Every single time a friend of mine has a child's birthday, I not only wish the child a happy birthday, but I also say to the mother, happy quote birth unquote day. Happy birthday to you, because that is where you changed overnight in that moment and born into the mother that you are. And when you had your next baby, that is a birthday for you too, because you are not the same mom that you were when your firstborn came into life, when your secondborn, when your thirdborn, and every moment thereafter. You'll be changed when you drop your child off at school for the first day. You'll be changed when they go off to college if they choose to do that. You'll be changed when they become parents themselves and you step into this role of grandparenthood. But the whole point of all of this is finding your passion, your vulnerability, your love, your self-care all within you. So no matter what stage you are in, you know the foundation to come back to. And that is what you will learn in the Abundant Moms course. I can't wait to meet you, to know you, to support you, to celebrate you amongst all the other experts, leaders, mothers, and grandmothers who are there with an open door that want you to have the knowledge and the wisdom that they had to come to later on in their motherhood journey. There has been practitioners and experts that have come to tears about being a part of this course and weaving this all together because they wish that this was something that they had even before their babies were born. So that is why this is being delivered to you on this golden platter, because we want you to enjoy it and learn from it and stretch from it and grow from it. Remember that vulnerability is key. It is heart opening. It is what takes us out of our mind and into this heart space, right? And connecting with each other is another part that brings us into this heart space. It's that sisterhood. It's that motherhood connection. It's that golden web that I always see in my mind's eye. Coming down into your heart space allows you to dream and see what it is that you truly want out of this life. And it lets you see that your mind and the reason why you can't see this vision for yourself is not your fault. It's just been passed down from generation to generation to generation in society, in school, and beyond. But don't take that on anymore. That is not for you to carry on and pass down to your children. What you are here to do is drop down into that space now, because that's what your children require. That's what you require of yourself. That's what your family needs. That's what society needs. If you need help dreaming, I am here to support you. I will offer you a one-on-one mastermind so you can literally get into my world and learn about the specific steps to take to come out of your head and marry it with your heart. I love you. You are beautiful, embodied, passionate, and living and leading through your heart space. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. We will see you next time.